Hello everybody, Wild Trekker here, and welcome to another episode here on Eriador, playing some 1.12.2 Minecraft. Woohoo! Yes, nice to be back playing some vanilla Minecraft instead of the old modded, which I've been doing with Paddy. Hopefully you're enjoying that series as well, and if you haven't been watching it, me and Paddy doing Sky Factory, and we're doing it in a steampunk style, so it's very much about building rather than just the mods, but using the mods properly, so having a ton of fun on there, so do come and join us on there. So yeah, got a few plans for today. So let's just sort of give you a recap where we are at the moment. So this is the farm. You may remember last time, if you watched the video, I kind of built this bottom layer, but that was about it. So I've kind of put some more structure over to it, just growing myself some vines as well while I can, making use of the blank walls. So yeah, I've added a second layer to it, and that's probably all I'm going to do for this farm. I don't really need tons at the moment, and it's working away whilst I'm working here at the base. The chunks are loaded. We've still got some coming down, so yeah, you can see there's more coming out there. So we've got the four farms effectively offloading into there. At some point we will change this into the elevator, so I kind of did a frontage for it, so that's how it's going to look. All these are going to go in there, elevator going up, and then we'll have water streams coming across the top, and then they'll be going into chests over here to hold them. If you watched my last video, we've got chests behind there. So yeah, that's awesome. It's working, it's running, it's doing its thing. So a couple of things I want to just sort of sort out. One of my patrons pointed out to me that we'd put in all these chests, and they look really cool because they match this stone, which is really nice. So they kind of blend in. So we've got input chests into our sorting system at all the different places as well as furnaces. But over here they don't match. So yeah, Alex basically turned around and said, well, why don't you put those grey? And I hadn't, because these ones, every time I go out and I bring stuff back and I want to dump them back, rather than taking them out and putting them in this chest here, I just literally come along, break this, put another one on top, and then yeah, off it goes kind of thing. But then I was thinking, well, actually all that happens is these go into the system, they'll do a complete circuit, and they'll end up in this chest here. So this is where the non-sorted items come out. So why don't I actually make them that colour? Because they'll look pretty. I can only do one at a time, of course. So if we do that, so there's one, there's another one, and one more, and there we go. And then we either use them because they're here all the time. So if we shift and put them down, yeah, basically they'll sit there all the time, look like that. So if I've got something to come along and, you know, sort of put into there, so yeah, say I wanted to put those in there, that's fine. I can just put one item into down the offload. But if I've got a chest to actually unload, I can come along, break these, unload the chest, by which time these will have made their way back to this chest here, and I just replace them again. So it's no bother. So yeah, I like that idea. Thanks for that, Alex. I appreciate my patrons and their support and their input they do into this. So thank you for that. I did want that dirt though, so we're going to grab another stack there. Let's put those there like that. Excellent, because we've got some more stuff to do up here, and I've been playing around with this. Again, it's not quite finished yet. I'm guessing it's night time. Yeah, so it's not quite finished yet because I've got the walls to do, so I want to do the rest of the walls like this. But I've got the pathway in. I want to just get the pathway so this is nice and easy for running up the steps all the time, which we can do. I guess I better go and sleep because there'll be mobs around, and I don't necessarily want mobs around. So if I can help it, let's go in here and sleep. And then I've just got a few things I want to do at the top here. Let's get into bed. Oh, nice comfy bed, nice and comfy there. So yeah, that's good. And sleep. It always takes longer when there's somebody else on the server, and I think OJ's on there as well, Original Junior. Go and check him out if you haven't already. He's doing a lot of videos on Eriador, so yeah, be sure to go and check him out. I've cleared off the area at the top here because you may remember my sugarcane farm was up here. This is where it was. So I need to really fill in all this because yeah, it's kind of sort of messy now. So we're going to fill in this, get rid of all the water, and then we've got this nice huge area then for building, because this was my sort of first farms that I put down, if you might recall. So we do need to move these and make these into the farms down below. Yeah, but it gives us a lot more space then to suddenly start building some buildings over here which is awesome. So we're going to be doing that at some point in the future. If you've got ideas of what we should be doing, then that's great. If you even want to go and build me a building in the style that we're doing here, so this is, for those new to the channel, this is sort of in the style of Themyscira. Themyscira is the home world of Diana Prince being Wonder Woman, of course. So this isn't a copy of the home world, I'm just using it for inspiration. So that's why if we come over here, you've got that big archway over there, because if you've watched the latest film from DC, the Wonder Woman film, you would know that there's a big arch there. And we've obviously got the Justice League coming out, and again they're going to be on Themyscira again, because there's a bit of a war going on. So I'm really looking forward to going that. Are you going? If you are, let me know in the comment. Are you going to be going straight away? But yeah, so this is the theme of it. The buildings are that sort of thing. So we've got a lot more buildings that we've got to put in. So if you've got ideas for that, go and join our New Eriador community server, and just go to neweriador.com and you've got all the details there. But I think even the IP for the server is neweriador.com. It's a plot world, creative world. Go on there and yeah, build a building for me, and then let me know in the comments, or better still, get on my Discord server, which link is down below, and come and share that with me. Come and show me and say, hey, go and have a look at this plot world, and you know, do that sort of thing. So anyway, got a bit more inspiration because I was watching Wonder Woman again for the second time with my daughter, and yeah, it got me thinking that there's an area they use for practicing their fighting. So when Diana Prince was a young girl, and they would all be fighting and doing all their stuff, and it's a bit like it's more like gardens than anything else, but they've got this nice big flat area. So I figured, rather than this being a tree farm here, maybe this could be the area, because the area they had, they basically have a flat area and it overlooks the ocean as well. So this is kind of sort of fitting really, because we've got this tall, what should be a sort of cliff face, and we can build that up if needs be, and then we've got the oceans over here if these trees weren't here. So we've got this huge nice flat area where we can make it into sort of nice gardens, we can make it into sort of a battle area. So that's what I'm thinking for this, but I think to do that we are going to need to get rid of our little tree farm here, because the tree farm isn't really well, we're kind of not using it, and if we really need to you know, harvest the trees, get some more wood or get some more leaves, then I can come back here and do that. So let me get all this cleared away, and then I'm going to have a sort of a play at building some stuff, and then I'll come back and show you where we've got to. You know, I was just running past this little area here, and I spotted this. Hey my friend, you asked for these, original. And he's obviously on the server at the moment still. Fireworks. I think he was delivering to some of the other FOG members, and I said, oh well, if you got tons of those, then yeah, by all means, you know, drop them off to me. So I love my fireworks, I do. Yes, I'm very, very partial to that. So let's just go, thanks for the fireworks. So that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, that's going to last me quite a while. I think we've got our other box of these to go in, but cool. Thanks, OJ. Really appreciate it. The trees are gone, and I've cleared out the area, and I've started just sort of planning out a little bit. As you can see, for these this sort of dirt area here, I want to have sort of, I don't know, you call them plateaus, but certainly several sort of levels to this. So let's just go up over here, whiz over this side of the mountain. So this is our path, obviously takes us back. So I'm going to build in a second path, which is going to kind of cut in here. So if we come up here, and this is going to be a path that will lead over this way, because I want an area that overlooks the sort of the battleground, so you can see, you know, the sort of people having their battles, and I think this is going to be the main area where they're going to be doing their sort of, it's not really battles, it's more sort of practicing. You know, it's where sort of a bit gladiator style, in terms of they'll be you know, fighting each other, but more practicing and you know, upscaling their sort of skills. So yeah, we're going to have a sort of a level going along there, and it's going to come along here as a path. I'm going to fill this in with grass here. I'm going to replace all that stone with grass, and then we're going to have some kind of sort of board around it. So I just wanted to bring you guys in there with that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of filling to do. We've got a fence to put on there. I've got to, if we look at this bit here, there's a lot of filling I've got to do on that wall, so I'm going to probably end up taking some of the dirt out of there and making it more wallish. Yeah, so quite a bit of sort of terraforming still to do, so I'm going to get cracking on with that and then get some of this in place, and I've got a few final bits that I want to add to it, which I'll do with you guys. I love how this place is starting to look now. It's really starting to come together. This area here, I wanted to put the steps up there to the top, to the viewing area, and this, as soon as I sort of did it, I thought, you know what, this is going to be nice to have a little pond here. So that's what I've done. I've created a little pond there, some water flowing out into it, and I was thinking maybe we can run this off down in this direction, so maybe it goes underground there or something, and it comes out. It could even go down into our pathway. Certainly it could sort of work its way down over here, and this is the drop down to the pool at the bottom. So yeah, I think that would be quite nice to sort of take that water and bring it down. So that's something we'll probably do in a future sort of episode. So yeah, we've got the path going down there, which is to our battle area, and then this is the path going across the top now. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put a fence here at the top or not, but I think you know, if I do, maybe it's going to be just I don't know, leaves or something like that to make a sort of a hedge. And yeah, look, we've got this area down here now done. So let's take a little. In fact, let's take a fly around. If we come up here, so you can see we've got the path coming around, and it comes down into this area where we used to have all the trees, and then from there it just naturally sort of follows its way down into this area, which is going to be the main sort of training area for people. So hey Piggy, how you doing? Yeah, so this is going to be the main training area here. I'm probably going to put some more railings around. I was just having a play and seeing how they look as an edge. I think we definitely need an edge, and again I've edged it all with stone going around here, so missing a piece there and here. I haven't done this part yet, but yeah, and also built it up a bit as well. So I don't think there's any areas here where mobs that spawn down there can get up here. So once we light it up properly, it'll also make it quite secure until we get round to here, and then yeah, it's slightly different. But again, we could probably do that. We can probably make it a little bit more secure. These have been left over from the last time. Now this bit here, I kind of want to make it, because if we're going to come to the area here, this is the area where people will come to, and then before you go down to the actual training area, I thought it'd be quite good to have this sort of section up here, and I've got something very, very specific to go into these sort of bays. So I think that's what we'll probably have a look at first. So there you go, that's better. We've got some guardians here overlooking, if you like, our warriors, our champion of champions, and they are of course referring to some other people. So first of all, these really in recognition for some of my patrons. So I like to do that on the servers I'm playing on, have a little place where I can recognise and thank my patrons for supporting me, and you know, even when I'm not doing videos, still supporting me, chatting to me in Discord. We have a lot of fun together. So yeah, just in recognition of all my patrons, I've put them here, and I was thinking of putting my head on there of each one, as we've got the head drops in this version, but I figured the dragons look pretty good. So let me know what you think down in the comments. But yeah, so we've got different ranking patrons, so and that's why we've got the different coloured suits. So we've got our Emerald Trainer here, Stoner Miner, Brian, who's been in fact he was my first patron, so he's been a patron of mine for a long time. So really appreciate your support, especially as you're a tier 2 patron. Then we've got a Golden Goose, Relmond. So he's a relatively newer patron, which is awesome. But again, you know, even on that tier, gets to actually play on our patron server as well. So yeah, not only are these guys getting their rewards here, we're playing together on the patron server. So and I'm going to do some videos of some of the stuff that Relmond's doing, because he's doing some really cool stuff on there. Another Golden Goose is Gaming Raccoon. So been on there a similar time, and also another emerald trader. Well, actually, strictly speaking, he's not an emerald trader. This is Alex. Most people know him as Alex when he comments on my videos. Alex, and yeah, he comments on a few of the new Eriadors. He's also a patron of Dadcraft, and yeah, I really appreciate it because actually he's really a sort of tier 2 patron, but he just, you know, he's there donating money. He doesn't even want to claim a reward as such, so you know, he gets it anyway. So yeah, whether you like it or not, Alex, you can comment away, you can suggest away, but you still get a place there, even though you didn't select one of the actual sort of reward things on there. You just said donate and be a patron. So which I think is really awesome, because I know you're doing it for the love of it rather than getting the rewards, because you're already playing on the patron server as it is. So yeah, that's absolutely awesome. So thank you guys to all my patrons. I think you've got a deserved place here now. So yeah, I've just got to get the rest of this sorted out really. Now, what I was thinking, because I had a little sort of re-look through the videos I was watching, so it's definitely going to have a hedge up here. Because on Themyscira it's actually not quite that high, but one of the things they do have here is a lot of these in this area seem to be sort of arched out, but they'll have some brickwork in there, so we'll probably end up doing that. So we'll probably end up having 3 space. So I'm going to put these in the wall just as a sort of hint of decoration. So we'll fill this in with brick as well. I'm gonna do all that, and then we need to place some items down in here. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do fully, but certainly some of the things we'll need to do. So if we just get a few of these, what I'd like as well is some spruce fences, just to start things off. And do we have anything like leaves? Leaves would be really good right now. Let's have a look. We do. We have some birch leaves, although we may change those up. Is it just birch we've got? It is. Have we got any more of the fences, or is that it? That's it. Okay, well we'll make a start, because I was rewatching the video of Wonder Woman just to see how different it is. Now, first of all, in their area where they're training a lot of the time, certainly in the first few minutes of the film, they have a couple of really big statues here, so that might be something I'm going to put in, and maybe we'll leave that to you guys. You know, if you've got a really good statue that you think is awesome, then share a picture with me, or go onto the community server and build a statue for me. Really, they're just really tall statues with swords or something like that, so they don't need to be doing any particularly actiony thing, but yeah, that would be really cool if you can design me something like that. But the other thing they have, and I was thinking, they have trees, but I'm wondering if, you know, we kind of do some kind of custom tree, which I'm not really that great at. As you can see, I can't even jump up, but I'm just thinking, you know, sort of having some smaller type trees around. I don't really know. I haven't planned this at all. That kind of looks, yeah. So maybe if you guys can point me in directions to trees as well, that'll be really awesome. Some nice custom trees. I can't sleep yet. So we're gonna have a few of those around, and then the other thing I was thinking of is if what they tended to have was round, and obviously we can't do that because this is Minecraft, but they used to have these round tables, and they would be on here, and then basically they'd be using these as their sort of fighting platform, and as people come and try and knock them off and that sort of thing. So I think we'll have a few of those around as well, and that will look pretty good. Let's go and sleep now that it's night, before the mobs come along and try and murder my face. But yeah, so I want to decorate this out a little bit, and I am thinking, I mean, I don't know, do I then try and sort of arrange a bit of an area in the middle, which is you know, using the path block as a sort of fighting area? I think that might be quite good, but then I don't know if it's going to fit in with the rest of it. But yeah, quite a bit more decoration to do. And the fence wise, I think that's going to be a combination of both hedge and the bars. So I think we'll probably have that out there and some bars, and sort of, you know, connect them on which I think would look pretty good. And I think also, actually, I was going to try and do something, because the trouble with blocks in Minecraft is they are a bit thick, if you get my meaning. So if we do that, we should be able to make some more fences. I'm just wondering what fences and these look like. So let's see if we can place them. So if we did that there and there, yeah, I'm not disliking that. I think that's probably quite good. So ideally you want it connecting up against it, but it still obviously blocks out and whatever you, but it is a kind of support for the hedge almost, which is something I thought looked quite good as a beam. Yeah, I quite like that. Let me know what you think in the description. That would be really, really cool. And then finally, what we're going to have to do is put up some kind of sort of area for supporting tools and things like that. So again, I was thinking that we might let's take some more of that. If we get some more of these and some more fences, and we're probably going to need more than that. Let's get one more. There we go. And yeah, so what we'll need to do is also place around randomly somewhere that we can actually have tools, not tools, sorry, weapons, because weapons are obviously, you know, something. This is a training area, so we might use wooden swords or something like that. There we go. We've got another fence in there. So let's see. So we could sort of just have, say, just randomly here, have this say 3 high, and then that could be supported either side by fences. Yeah, quite like that. And then on here we could then obviously put item frames, and then within those I won't use this sword, but yeah, you know, we can have some things ready for them to grab. I guess they would sort of be that way, so we'd have a number of swords in there that people would come and take. We'd have somewhere to put shields and that sort of thing. So that's the aim. So I'm gonna take my sword back. So I think I'm going to do a lot of that off camera, and it's going to take me a little while because I don't have a huge amount of time at the moment to be playing on the server and doing my other modded series, and we've got something else coming out as well this week, hopefully, you know, which I'm going to be doing with a few of the guys on here and a few guys from another server, and MC Edit, or not, I say MC Edit, it's his old name, Smithy MC, my real life brother, and yeah, so we're going to be doing some stuff together as well. So I'm going to do all this in between episodes. I think I want to get this out. It's taken a while anyway to get this video out since my last New Eriador episode, so I'm going to get this out. If you've got any ideas for this area that we can do, and you know, ways of doing this, because obviously we can put armor stands, but if you've got any other ideas of putting sort of furniture in here, because we might do things like, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it, but they would have this sort of kind of arrangement, not like that, but almost a diagonal sort of going up, and they had bottles hanging off it, and that sort of thing that they could then run up and smash. And there we go. And then probably have another one coming out there, and then perhaps have something hanging off that. I don't know, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, or come on the Discord and, you know, we can have a chat about it. Share your images and ideas with me. That would be really, really cool. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm gonna stand here amongst my patrons, so thank you to them, thank you to everyone, and we'll see you again soon here on New Eriador. Thanks for watching. Bye.